Welcome back everyone, I'm YTMrOmega and I'm back with a fresh new video. Everyone has been asking me about the setup I use to play Fortnite and the details behind it. So today I'm going to be talking about the ultimate Xim Apex settings and what you can do to improve your odds of success. Remember, hit that like button right now. Go ahead, give it a tap. Subscribe if you are new and remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram for updates, stream notices, and just awesome content. Comments and criticism are always welcome, but any deviation of disrespect, racism, or bullying is not tolerated. Now before I show you the goodies, I have to let you guys know that I'm expecting people to start complaining about me using a keyboard and mouse on console. For those who don't know, I am now at the time of this video in the United States Army and getting out shortly after 16.5 years of service, 4 tours of duty, 2.5 years of those being spent overseas in Iraq, and I am a disabled veteran. So before you start diminishing my use of a keyboard and mouse, understand that if I could still hold a controller in my hands, I would. Now that we've established that, let's get into the nitty-gritty. First thing I'm going to talk about is my in-game settings. If you didn't already know, the Xim Apex acts as an adapter for the PlayStation 4, essentially communicating to the PS4 that you are using a controller. With that in mind, we can simply call the Xim Apex a translator, as it translates keystrokes and mouse button clicks into controller button actions. In your in-game settings, make sure the wireless controller settings are set to maximum sensitivities, as the sensitivity is controlled by the companion app you install either on your phone or desktop. In case you are wondering why I don't plug the mouse and keyboard directly into the PS4, the reason has to do with a combination of factors which include frames per second, mouse DPI, but mainly sensitivity. I've noticed there is a lot more recoil when plugged directly in as opposed to using the Xim Apex, which is why I don't plug directly in. As soon as I have troubleshooted that area and based on demand, I'd be happy to make a part 2 of this video going over the settings that you should be using when plugging directly in. The same is true with Fortnite PC gaming. As far as equipment is concerned, I use the Corsair Strafe RGB Mechanical Cherry MX Red keyboard and a Razer DeathAdder Elite. Make sure before you go out shopping for your own Xim Apex, you check the list of compatible hardware devices, as some devices are either incompatible or require additional settings in order to use. This becomes tremendously important when dealing with power consumption issues. If you notice issues in the connectivity or glitching in your setup, the solution is generally cable related. Let's get into the companion app settings. Disclaimer: what works for me may not work for you. I recommend that you tweak the settings until you find an optimal configuration. Use this instructional as the foundation to build your own setup. One important thing to note is that a lot of the settings for your mouse and keyboard are adjusted through the manufacturer's software, like the mouse I use. If I want to change the polling rates, DPI, lighting, or breathing, I have to install Razer Synapse. In order to use the Xim Apex, you'll need to ensure that your mouse supports a polling rate of 1000 Hz. 1000 Hz provides a response time of 1 millisecond. You might not think that sporting a 125 Hz setting, which only provides a response time of 8 milliseconds, makes a difference, but the difference is mostly noticeable when dealing with fast reaction-based games where timing is crucial. The plain English version of this detail is that if you use a monitor with a higher response time than someone else, like a TV versus a gaming monitor, the person with the gaming monitor is always at an advantage. Bottom line, make sure you're using the appropriate equipment for the task at hand. Polling rate is the amount of times per second that a mouse reports its position. A mouse with a 1000 Hz polling rate reports its position 1000 times every second. DPI, or dots per inch, relates to mouse sensitivity. If you are using a DPI like 16,000, then moving your mouse an inch moves the mouse 16,000 pixels, which is extremely important if you play on a very high resolution like 4K as opposed to 1080p, which is the dimensional difference of 3840 by 2160 versus 1920 by 1080. I'm not going to give you a play-by-play of why I use the button layout I do, but I will show you, and from there you can start to develop your own configuration into something that works well for you. Remember, you can pause the video at any time to input the layout for yourself, or you can download the configuration. The link is in the description. If you have any technical questions you think I may be able to help you with, by all means, leave a comment with your question and I'll do my very best to answer it for you. You can also join my Discord server. The link is in the description to speak with me directly. It will take tremendous amounts of practice to master any field. I assume if you are here, you have invested a great deal of money into wanting to perfect this craft. Money alone won't make you an expert. Learning from your mistakes and not repeating those mistakes will. So as Nick A30 says, replay your failures, then don't do that again. The goal in Fortnite isn't to simply master building, it's to master editing. The best in the world aren't just master builders, they are master building editors. So to achieve mastery, you must become an architect. If you guys want to see similar video on another game, let me know and I'll be happy to oblige, provided the game is in my area of expertise. Let me know in the comment section below which games you'd like to see, as I have configurations for all the Call of Duty games and any game in my inventory. That's all for now. Remember, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you next time. Five left. Four left. Okay, I see you. I see that dude too.
No material? Alright.
Just me and this dude.
Oh jeez, you no skin. Down to lower than 20.
I just got my first solo dub. There it is, guys.